Now, here's my final lesson. And I'll tell you, I mean, this is kind of where I'm trying to take my career, but I'm still trying to learn, and I don't claim to have any answers here. But the fifth lesson is the soul, your soul, is real. It is real. And you're like, science can't prove that? No, science can't. But I want to go back to Albert Einstein. Near the end of his death, he said a remarkable thing. He said, I wish in my youth I would have spent more time studying the mystics. And mystics are people who have had some experience in this world in which they can't explain, and science can't explain. But I'm here to tell you, I suspect some of you have already had an experience in your life in which science can't explain. And if you haven't, I hope over the course of your life you do have that experience. Why? Because those experiences are just as, if not more real than anything else. And one of the mystics I think that Einstein would have enjoyed studying is William Blake. And William Blake is an 18th century mystic. He's an extraordinary individual, but he has this painting, and it's called Newton. And Newton is this paragon of science, father of gravity, the father of the scientific revolution. And he made Newton a giant. He's a great individual. But he said, here's Newton's problem. He's only focused on those things that we can measure. And if we can't measure it, it doesn't matter. What I want to tell you is, yeah, the things we can't measure actually matter the most. How do we measure love, compassion, empathy, humility? All of these things, they're hard to measure. But I'm here to tell you, they are as real, if not more real, than anything else. And to this point, 2 years ago, I came across a remarkable poll by Gallup. And they polled thousands of Americans. And they said to these Americans, how many of you have touched the infinite? And I love that phrasing. It's like, and what they're meaning is, how many of you have touched something in which science can't explain? And do you know how many Americans said they had touched the infinite? 85%. Almost 9 out of every 10 people said, I've had some experience which science can't explain. But then they asked a follow-up question. They said, how many of you feel comfortable talking about that? And only 25% of all people did. So 9 out of every 10 people were having profound experiences that they didn't think they could talk comfortably about. I just want to tell you, as you think about your career and you have those experiences, they are real. And I want to give you the courage to embrace those experiences and let them influence your future career.